Nurture and support. Nurture and support. This is a podcast theme song. And it's really short.
Nurture and support begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Nurture and Support, a recommendation podcast sharing all the awesome since 2013. I'm Kelly Toole at KELLYTHUL on Twitter.
And I'm Mel at Karmic9 on Twitter.
And we're here for episode 148. Rumor has it, as Mel and I prep for the show, that this may be a quick show. We'll see how it goes. But I'll kick us off. And let me begin by stating the obvious. YouTube hates me. It's become very, very clear that while they have a lot of fish to fry, the main fish that they want to fry is me and make my life difficult every way possible. I won't go into some thoughts on modernization. You can visit Squat Cobbler only on the blog and podcast for maybe Mike and my thoughts on that coming here soon. But as Mike and I record Squat Cobblers, we, as Mel and I do, as we did for Snarkalic Radio, as we do for Assault and Battery, we used to use Hangouts on Air, and when that kind of went away as a standalone, invoking the Hangouts on Air infrastructure through YouTube. It's how we record all our shows, and you get what you pay for. It's free, and every once in a while has a hiccup or two. Well, Mike and I have been just having a disastrous time recently, mostly I think because YouTube hates me, but we can't seem to connect. And I will send out an invite. When Mel sends out invites for this, when we record these, everything works fine. It's not a problem at all. When I send Mike an invite to meet, he gets the Hangout has ended and all sorts. He just can't seem to get into it at all. And we needed to record a show, and our primary method of recording a show was not working. So I did minutes worth of research to find an alternative to record a Skype call. And that's going to be my recommendation for this week. The product is called MP3 Skype Recorder. It's free, and it does what it says it does, which is if you've got Skype, it automatically, once you install it, as soon as, and this could be a little troubling, any Skype call you do, this bad boy fires right up and starts to record it. Very simple to install, pretty small footprint. And it just bolts on the Skype, and as soon as you start your Skype call, it flips up. It gives you all the options to select which microphone you want to use, where you want to store the file, and all that, but it runs alongside Skype and captures and does a great job of it with very little effort outside of the install. And so the upcoming special edition Squat Cobbler was recorded that way, and it worked out really well. There does not appear to be the free. There is a free and a professional version of it. Based on what I can tell, there's not a lot of difference between the two, and I was hard pressed. I dug to find the price, which I can't, so I can't really tell you what that professional price is, but the differences are basically the free version is available for personal use, where they prefer you get the Pro edition for commercial and business use. And then it offers you some ability to do some things about switching on and off recording alerts, and cleans up a little bit the way it makes it a little easier for you to clean up files. But outside of that, all the other functionality that's in the free versions in the Pro edition. So there's not a huge difference. So probably you need to go to the Pro if you're a business or you're using it for commercial purposes. It works on, it's a Windows-based solution, works on Windows 7, 8, and 9. I think it actually does work on Vista if you strangely still happen to be running Vista, but basically 7, 8, and 9 Windows, it works just fine. No limit to the length. It's just you fire this up and it's going to throw an MP3 out wherever file destination you tell it to on your PC. And I was really pleased with the quality. I've got to play a little bit with kind of the mic gain, because I was able to switch over to the microphone I like to use for podcasts. It did that just fine. I've got to play a little bit with the gain to get it exactly where I want it to get. But it's a really clean, nice piece of software. And so if Google starts to hate you, or if YouTube starts to hate you as much as it does me, or you just are running into a problem where you need to record something and Skype's the way to go, this is a great little addition. It's free. It kind of runs around 4.5 stars out of 5 on the various kind of free download sites in terms of the ratings on that. It does its job. It lets you very easily get to the file folder and clean up the recordings you don't want to keep. And I found it very handy. So my recommendation this week is MP3 Skype Recorder.
I wonder if does it limit how many people it can record on the Skype call for the free version, maybe?
It doesn't appear to have any limitations to whatever you're able to pull off in Skype in terms of multiple folks. It's going to record the audio it's picking up without
Yeah,
any problem.
I guess that I'm not terribly familiar with Skype. So isn't there a free version of Skype and then there's a paid version of Skype too? Maybe not.
I think you're probably right. I'm a little more familiar with the free versions of things.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really. I've only used Skype a couple times, so usually I've done all of my stuff like this through a Google Hangout. Yeah. So I haven't been forced to use Skype because I'm apparently not on YouTube's enemy of the state list.
That's right. You might want to be careful who you hang out with because they're judging you.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly on your enemy of the state list now.
They are. But as again, Mel and I were chatting before the show, YouTube has just been an additional distribution mechanism for our stuff. And the Alice Cooper stuff that Mike and I have been doing on Squat Cobbler has done really well on YouTube. And so that's been kind of cool, but I think we got to continue to find ways we got to get more people subscribed to our blog and pulling the descriptions down through iTunes and all that. Because I think that's the way to go. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the pennies you make on an ad on YouTube. We'd like to build a larger regular group of folks listening to the show, giving us input and their recommendations and suggestions and all that. So it's more about community building and sharing cool stuff. Yes. So.
Yeah, because I think the $5 we've made on YouTube for the last 5 years. Anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be an early retirement funding mechanism. Although, again, the Alice stuff at least made it interesting a little bit. But
yes, we got a lot of feedback on the Last Jedi episode, which was probably our longest episode ever. But that's a scenario that a lot of people have opinions about. So that's not up on YouTube yet, is it?
No, I'm working on the edit. Which is
now I gave you very convenient timestamps for all of the swear words in that episode.
Yeah, but I've got to get hold of Cobbler Wren, who handles all of our kind of problems, and get him to have the appropriate material. He had to do a little bit of he kind of barges into our intro song a little bit and says hello before it begins. So it'll actually be, if you enjoyed the episode when we talked about Last Jedi off the blog or iTunes, you'll want to check out the YouTube version because there'll be a couple little extra goodies in there and director's cut information. The version that you heard on the blog is heavily edited. So understand what you heard there. There were choices made to say, we need to take this out. I know it's hard to believe, but there were. And you did a great job on that, by the way. So Mel very wisely removed a couple tangents that we got on that were not going to be constructive. And so that was helpful. But to get it all YouTube pretty, which at this point, whether I'm suitable for most advertisers or not, isn't going to really matter. Here
not now, so hey.
All I got to do now is steer clear of community guideline violations. So
right.
But it'll be a fun episode. So yeah, I've actually begun the editing process, but that is a long piece of work. I do appreciate the timestamps. That helps, but I need to reflect.
I was going to try to edit it, but the episode was so long that I couldn't find any good sound effects, and I didn't have Cobbler Wren to come help me. So I figured our listeners would like to hear the unedited problems, because that was before YouTube passed down their new decree. So I don't have a problem with people hearing me swear. So
anyway. That was a fun episode.
It was, and if you would like the unedited version, I can give you that. I shaved at least 20 minutes off of that episode at least. So
I really appreciate you doing that.
It was fun though. Yeah. It was fun. So anyway, I will give y'all my recommendation for this week, which I think is really fun. I should give a trigger warning here that if you have Colorophobia, the fear of clowns, you might want to check out right now. If you are a longtime listener of the show, you have probably come across my creep factor with clowns in the past, only I have a good recommendation that involves a clown. So before I get started, I have a question for you, Kelly. Do you watch America's Got Talent?
I have never seen a full episode.
Okay. I've never seen a single episode. I don't watch reality TV, really. I don't watch much TV at all anymore these days. I just add things to my Netflix queue and never get around to watching anything. But so I'm apparently behind the curve on this particular YouTube channel and this particular performer, but he's really cool. I really, really like him. His name is Puddles Pity Party. Have you heard of him, Kelly?
I am very familiar with Puddles.
Okay. So I got sucked into this a couple of weeks ago, and I think I've watched probably all of the videos. And Puddles is beautiful. Puddles is great. I just really don't know what else I can tell y'all. He is a huge man. He is a huge man in a clown costume, and he does amazing things. He sings sad songs. He's very much into Elvis. Apparently, when he's not in a clown costume, he had an Elvis band that performed for charity. So anyway, but I might be the only person that wasn't familiar with Puddle's Pity Party work before I stumbled across this YouTube channel. The name was familiar to me, so I know I've been told about it, but it didn't sink in because, again, y'all, I have a slight phobia with clowns. Clowns are creepy. And as much as I love Puddles, the creep factor takes it to another level for me because I know, as sad and sweet as Puddles appears in Puddles' videos, that Puddles is really plotting to kill us all, which adds another level to his sad songs. So one of his most recent videos is Wicked Game by Chris Isaak, obviously. That's a hard song to cover. A lot of people do it very badly, and he does it very well. But you really, beyond just listening to the songs, you really have to watch the videos because his performance in these videos is just really, really great. He has these wonderful, sad eyes that he does just so well, and you can't look away. You have to keep your eyes. You have to watch him because clowns are dangerous, and you never know. If you don't keep your eyes on him, he might come out of the screen or something. So you have to keep a good eye on him. He's really good, though. Some of my favorites are he did Helena by MCR, which I don't know if we've talked about it so much on the show, but if you follow me on Twitter, I'm a huge emo. I love MCR. So that was a big fun thing for me. So what do you have a favorite you could name offhand, Kelly?
So I'm getting up in years and the it came back. Yes, I knew it. I do have a favorite, and it was a mashup. And it was Puddles singing Pinball Wizard to Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
Which is magical.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if you're not familiar with Puddle's work, you really just have to get on YouTube and watch the videos because they're just amazing. I guess I've heard about it. You've probably told me about it. Other people have probably told me about it because I'm the only person in the world who doesn't watch reality TV and doesn't pay attention to what's going on national television in America these days. But the performance in these videos is just really, really amazing. You just have to watch it. I can't stress it enough. It's something that you have to see. I really can't tell you how wonderful it is, but he's like 6.5 feet tall. He is a big man in white face paint and a white clown costume. And he's touring right now. And when you go to his YouTube channel, it'll pop up, dates that you could get tickets for. And I'm like, I really, given my borderline clown issues, I really don't think that I could probably be in a theater with this man in this clown suit because it would be absolutely terrifying. But I can watch him on video knowing that probably he can't come through the screen to get me. But it's really just amazing.
He was in Bloomington, Illinois, and unfortunately I was out of town on the day. I would have loved to see him. And again, I established that, synapses don't fire quite as quick as they used to. I was close. It is a Johnny Cash song that he did Pinball Wizard to, but it was not Ring of Fire. It was Folsom Blues.
Folsom Prison Blues, yeah.
Folsom Prison Blues, which
Yeah.
Almost leads you to believe that, because I'm assuming Folsom came out before Pinball Wizard, the cadence matches so well that you almost wonder if Townsend lifted the iambic pentameter off of Folsom for Pinball Wizard. But it is so cool. He's actually 6'8", and interestingly enough,
even more terrifying.
Yes. Guess what town he's from?
Where?
Philadelphia. So
Isn't
we
that
have
where they've had scary clown sightings in the past?
I think there's lots of scary sightings. I shouldn't say anything. But we have a friend who is involved in the music industry in Philadelphia, and we should check with him to see if there's a Puddles connection.
Yes. If he could get Puddles too. I don't know if I can do that.
We need Puddles to do the Nurture and Support theme song version.
Faced with Puddles, I might turn into a puddle. I don't know.
He's a very intimidating.
He's a big guy, and it's wow. But he has a beautiful voice. He really does. He does Hurt. Another Johnny Cash here. Yep. He's doing more of a Johnny Cash version of Nine Inch Nails' Hurt. And it's just great. And that's a song also, again, a lot of people try to cover and they just can't do it justice. Now, one of his more controversial ones, which is, again, another song a lot of people try to cover and don't do very well, is Creep by Radiohead. He did his own special version of Creep, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's not something that I really want to listen to again, but I got to applaud the bravery it took to do Creep with an organ. The guy that plays the organ for the Atlanta Braves was playing organ, and they made a different version of Creep, and you really should listen to it. But one of the things I've noticed while I was going through his YouTube videos, I go through and I read some of the comments since I've been spending so much time on YouTube lately, but he has been pinning the ugly comments at the top. And he never says anything bad to the people. He likes the comment and he pins it on several of these videos of these people who are saying something ugly about him. So it's like when celebrities read mean tweets about themselves, he's pinning the bad comment at the top of his comment section on a bunch of these videos. And so anyway,
that's got to be, I think, one of the most effective ways to deal with. That seems like a really good way to disarm.
Yeah, because they'll get hundreds of people jumping on them of, you're wrong and Puddles is great. Puddles is a caring clown and he loves everybody and you're so mean. And so I thought it was very effective, and he didn't say anything ugly to anybody. So I think he's handled his post America's Got Talent fame very well. So one of the things I thought was really funny on the Helena video in the description, he talks about he got invited to let his feelings out at this emo concert in LA because he got axed from America's Got Talent, and it was just the crowd the crowd was so into it, and a bunch of emo people singing along to Puddles the Clown at Helena for My Chemical Romance. So it was really great. And he's got a bunch of videos. He's got Dancing Queen from ABBA in an emo style too. So it's just it's really amazing. So he's got a great voice, but his presentation is just phenomenal. So if any of you out there are behind the times like me and you haven't come across Puddles Pity Party, you've really, really got to go check it out on YouTube, because it is a thing of wonder and he needs more fans.
Absolutely. It's going to be incredibly, it'll be time very, very well spent, because I really enjoy it. Like I said, and because I'm a big Who fan and I like Johnny Cash too, that Folsom Prison Pinball Wizard deal was just, and it was just it's great. And he used props.
Yes.
It's an amazing thing, but he is on the intimidating side from a clown perspective.
Yeah. he's not overtly scary, to look at. His clown makeup, he's a sad clown, hence the pity party. But he's a sad clown. But when you're sitting there and you watch him, I'm just like, wow. He's a big guy. He's a big clown that can hurt you. If he got angry, if Puddles got angry, there would be a problem. So there's my borderline clown problem coming back, but it's great, y'all. So hopefully all of you know about this, and I'm not telling you anything new, but he needs more subscribers and more people clicking on his videos and giving Puddles some love, because really his videos are great. And Wicked Game that he just put out a couple of days ago, as of the time we're recording this, it's a really good cover. And sometimes he turns and looks at the camera. I mean, his planning out of what he does on these videos is really very good. So
yeah, they're really well produced. So
yeah,
it's great quality video, and yeah, they're good. Yeah, the singing's great. The production value of the videos is great. The selections are great.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic recommendation. I wholeheartedly concur.
I would love to see him maybe break out some of the angry Puddles channeling a little Pennywise and rock out some rock songs. But there's one he did with Casey Abrams. He did Smells Like Teen Spirit with Casey Abrams. And that video, I believe, is on Casey Abrams' channel. But it was great. So anyway, Puddles, Pity Party, YouTube. Go check it out because it is beautiful.
I definitely will revisit it. It's been a little while because I came across that Pinball Wizard one and fell in love with it at that point. Subscribed. It's fantastic recommendation. So I've been channeling my inner Mel and have been not particularly present on a lot of social media channels here over the past couple weeks. So I don't have a recommendation this week. Do you?
I'll save it for next time because I didn't have it ready. I will have an Instagram recommendation for all of you next time. So there.
That sounds good. So speaking of clowns that can hurt you, we're going to turn it over to Matt, who's going to give you all the information on how you can connect, nurture, and support. Until YouTube crushes me, you can see us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, the blog. We've got an email address. You can tweet at us. You can tweet at Mel and I's accounts or the Nurture and Support Twitter account. And he'll give you all the particulars on how to connect up with us. So thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
You can contact us on our website, nurtureandsupport.net, or email us at nurtandsupp@gmail.com. That's NURTANDSUPP@gmail.com. Or tweet us at nurtandsupp on Twitter.
Nurturing and supporting